The Celtics control the opening tip, and we're underway in downtown Boston. Oh, had him going there for a second. How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
It can only be one of two things here. One, the defender ran out of gas. Or two, this dude is just unstoppable.
Curry to Green. Celtics have it.
Now push it. Let's attack in transition so we can build this lead.
Oh, big finish at the rim.
You know, teams usually shoot higher percentages early in the shot clock. Plus, you take away the legs of the defense. You have to dictate the pace.
Curry. Off the assist.
In the paint, you need to finish. Just like that.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Leads a bucket to Parker. Fires the three. Did enough to bother Jabari. Parker. Shot off the mark. It's good. And one.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Draymond Green trying to cash in on a three-point play. A career 70% free throw shooter. Free throw up and good. And the three-point play puts them up early in this one. To Walker. Shot from in close, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Draymond Green, 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Kemba Walker, guarded by Looney. Warriors basketball. Wiggins. Easy path to the rim. Play is stopped. Timeout ball. Finish at the rim.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
To Wiggins. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Yes, and the foul, and a chance at 3 coming up.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Jabari Parker at the line for a chance at a three-point play. A career 74% free throw shooter. Free throw good as he finishes off the three-point play. They're back within a bucket. Warriors have the basketball.
Defense, let's go.
And the finish. Jay, Euro stepping for 2.
Ed, this is like show and tell back in kindergarten. You show the ball, and then you tell him with the easy lay.
Going back to the pre-K days, Jay. They've recovered it. To Thompson. Nice pace. Sets Gets it up and slams it down. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Down low, Thompson. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Thompson. Nice finish at the rim.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. You need to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Wide open. Too easy. You can't give him that look.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Timeout Boston as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. That'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Warriors. To Fournier. And count the basket.
I'm telling you right now, with moves like that, scoring is not going to be an issue tonight.
Thompson to bring it into the front court. Just under a minute to play here in this opening quarter. Curling inside. Green to the basket, but the shot won't go.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To Parker. Jabari Parker rocking the rim.
Ed, I know I'm not supposed to be biased. I'm not supposed to be rooting for guys, but I'm riding with Jabari. Get your work.
To Thompson. Count it.
You normally don't see that.
Fournier. And that's rebounded by Golden State. To Green. Tristan Thompson. Tips it. Oh, he had him there for a second. He'll put it up at the buzzer. No good. He couldn't get it to drop. Horn sounds ending this first quarter of play. One quarter down. Jay, is anyone gonna miss? Defense was not good in that first quarter.
If anything on this game, Ed, you have to expect the unexpected. When players have range that extend outside the gymnasium, oh, we're going to get a chance to watch something special.
Leaves his man in the dust and finishes at the rim.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
To Marcus Smart from long range. Marcus Smart forcing that one. Well defended. To Thompson. Lets it fly from long range and splash. Klay Thompson, quick catch and shoot there for three.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the three.
Has a look. Oh, Evan Fournier. He's 2 for 2 now.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Possession lies with Golden State. Oh, the whistle. Jay, take your hands off of me.
He took a chance. That's the right call.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 1.
And they call it.
Timing was just a tad bit off.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 2.
To Green. Beyond the arc for three. That won't go. To Fournier. For three. Misfires. It's no good. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Off the mark on his free throw. To Jaylen Brown. To the rim, lays it up and in.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
And he's fouled. Very close. Free throws coming up.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
First try at the line, no good. Knocks down the second after missing the first. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Margins 8. To Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Layup goes down. Well done.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Tristan Thompson sends it away. Parker into the front court. Now down 6. A bad pass there. Warriors have it.
That's called game plan execution to perfection. Every possession on the road is critical.
So the first points for him in this first half, and he knocks it down for 3.
Yeah, they really need him to get going. Really surprised that none of his teammates have been talking to him. This is when he needs him the most. They have to uplift him, help him continue to be confident on the court.
And the finish, slam dunk.
I don't think I could do that on the 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Curry has it. Oh, emphatic slam. Jay, you know the deal. Keep the touches coming inside.
As long as that defense continues to give you high percentage shots, you better take that every time.
And the defender over pursues, and he's called for it.
His timing was a tad bit off.
First one goes down.
Oh yeah, I like that.
And fails to hit them both. Hits the first, misses the second. Cruises inside for 2.
I love the drive to the basket there. Instead of trying to go around or over, go through.
It's Steph at the controls to Thompson.
Sit him down.
Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
He should get some kind of acting award. That's a great sell by the offensive player. But guess what? The refs bit, and that's the game.
Stephen Curry trying to cash in on a three-point play, shooting 50%, some yes, some no, in this contest. Free throws good for Curry, and the Warriors extend their lead. They'll get it down to Thompson. Nice pass to set things up.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Curry with the ball. Oh, whistle.
A simple touch foul.
Stephen Curry at the line for 2 shots, shooting 66% in this contest. And hits the first free throw.
For Boston, number 94, Evan Fournier. Number 37,
Goes 2 for 2 at the line. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
Jason Tatum at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw is good to finish off the three-point play. That slices the lead down to 4. Curry to bring it up. Final minute, first half. To Thompson.
Ice. Sit down.
And a whistle.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Evan Fournier.
First one, counted.
It's like practice.
Goes 2 for 2. Gets to the basket and scores.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Steph Curry. That's 3 now on 4 shots. His instincts are unnatural, but what makes him so good given the work he's put in?
The special thing about Stephen Curry is that his entire life he has practiced great habits. A lot of players practice and get up shots, but they don't practice the right habits, and that comes with the lineage. His father, Dale Curry, making sure that he puts in the time and effort, but the proper skill with the time and the effort.
Jason Tatum trying to cash in on a three-point play. He's perfect from the line so far. Free throw good. A three-point play as they move in front here just before the break. Curry into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Thompson. To Green. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. Deep. Layup's good at the buzzer. Nice finish. And the first half at NBA Live Studios in Orlando. And hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Warriors have the lead, but not by much. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Golden State Warriors. The Celtics aren't down by much after 2 quarters. And that deficit is a negative, of course. but I do see it positive. I really like how they move the ball, keeping each other involved offensively. They've got a nice flow to their game today. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. Bench points.
The coaches are getting the kind of bench production that can make for some interesting rotations. Keep an eye on the substitution patterns in the second half.
Player of the half. Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. These are the top plays from the opening half.
Number 2. Number 1.
Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
It's Curry controlling the offense. Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Parker, down low Thompson. The pass set it all up.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Curry. Knocked loose. Celtics have it.
Don't rush this now. The game's been tight so far.
Give him 2 points. High percentage.
It just seems like nobody can stop him but him. Once he's found his offensive swag, that boy's deadly.
Now the Warriors gonna call a timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game. Steph Curry looking good. 4 for 5.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Curry. Not easy.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
And scores.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Right down Broadway for the 2. Defender has to pick him up.
This may sound cheesy, but sometimes you just need to sit back, get a tub of popcorn, and just enjoy the show, because that's what you're watching right now.
Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
And Stephen Curry. We say it time and time again. Not much the defense could have done there.
Don't seem shocked. This is how the game is played these days. Shooting a 3 is like shooting a layup.
Give it to him. Kemba Walker. Quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
Here's lesson number 1. When you allow a player like that the freedom of space to dance with the ball, there's no telling what kind of break dance move they might hit you with.
To Kemba Walker. And scores. Strong take.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
It's good. Count the basket and the foul.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
Jaylen Brown at the line for a chance at a three-point play, a career 65% free throw shooter. Brown's free throw good, and the Celtics add one more to their lead. To Green. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Kelly Oubre with the finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first three quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
And coasting in for two.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row, and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him.
Blocked away!
That one's in the 15th row.
Huge denial. Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Into the game for Golden State, number 0.
Thompson. Gets a look. Can't hit. Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
And the true test of a team's character is how they respond when they get hit in the mouth. Keep digging.
Nothing going here on that drive. And the basket good at the rim.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Walker with the basketball. Less than a minute to go in this third quarter. From the outside, no good.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Thompson. To Green. Oh, he got a piece of it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Going to launch beyond the arc. He engulfed him that time. Jason Tatum. Oh, that's out.
Out of here. It always looks cool, but guess what? You're still on D. Blocking so many shots only gives your perimeter that much more confidence to really apply more pressure.
They'll get it down to Thompson. Cleans it up. Yes, Klay Thompson. He's 3 of 5. 60% shooting from the field. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Kemba Walker trying to cash in on the three-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. Missed it at the line. 3 quarters down with the Celtics in front. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this fourth quarter, and they'll be looking to finish strong.
And when you play stingy defense on one end, the other end takes care of itself.
Parker. Good offense rules the day in this matchup. It's Jabari Parker with the jumper.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
To Thompson. Goes to the left side. To Thompson. Yes, Klay Thompson. He's now 4 for 6.
This is where I go back into player mode. If a dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Here comes the screen. Parker. Trying to cash in, and he'll go to the foul line.
I'm watching the coach's reaction right now, and I'll tell you, he's not going to be happy about that. The game comes down to the micro details. That wasn't a part of the plan right there.
Knocks down the first. No good on the second. It's a 1 of 2 trip. To Green. Thompson won't go down. To Parker. Jabari Parker. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Entering the game for the Boston Celtics, number 0, Tatum.
To Wiggins. Plenty of contact. The shot no good. Short jumper won't fall. Golden State at the controls. To Kelly Oubre. Down to Looney. Oh, defender pulling the chair. Walker. Tough make through traffic.
We're watching a clinic right now. We're watching basketball one-on-one. Whoever this professor is, he needs to get paid top dollar.
Knocked loose. Celtics come away with it. Takes it right to the rim. A lot of contact there, but they say no foul.
I've been watching this game for a long time. Sometimes all the prep and scouting in the world can help you stop a move like that.
Scores from the post.
There you go. Finally, shoot your shot.
To Marcus Smart. Here's a chance from long range and a putback slam.
Ed, it's pretty amazing how athletic bigs can be when it comes to getting an easy 2 points, huh?
We get a whistle and a timeout by Golden State as they'll talk things over here in this fourth quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 20, Jabari Parker. Into the game for Golden State, number 0. 2 minutes left in the fourth quarter.
Count the basket inside.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Parker. Here comes the screen. Parker. To Marcus Smart. Parker buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those three things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Count the bucket for two.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Oh, nice find for the basket.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. And he finishes at the rim.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Boston with the basketball. Can't do that.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Team foul number 2. Boston Celtics are in the penalty. Subbing in for the Warriors.
Thompson.
Yes! It's easy to get lost in the chaos of the game down the stretch, but great awareness by the shooter to get those toes right behind the three-point line.
Footer at the buzzer. It's a victory here for the Celtics as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Tatum Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Celtics emerged victorious after a tight finish. I could get into detail about their play calling and shot selection, but let's be honest. We all know that the dunks were the most exciting. I'd be surprised if the rim isn't a little bit bent at this point. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Boston Celtics. The Warriors lost a tight one today, and you can see the disappointment. This loss is probably all the more frustrating, given how well they were attacking the second effort plays. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Golden State Warriors.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Tatum.
Was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup. Here we go with the top 3 plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
On behalf of Ed Cohen and Jay Williams, this is Jalen